Let me test the mic. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. Let me make a quick tweet on my Twitter to let everyone know that we live. Okay. We can finally get started. So, y'all, welcome back to MAMIYA, a shared illusion of the world's end. Last time we left off on a very unfortunate situation. Our boy Toujou got his got into a I mean, it was essentially raped, to be honest. It was essentially assaulted, sexually assaulted. And poor baby, he feels that it's his fault that it happened. That it's his fault that it didn't work out, quote unquote, work out. No, it's not your fault. But yeah, that's what happened last time. He's at home by himself. Well, I think he's with MAMIYA, that little boy that we met. That is the namesake of the game. So let's see how he deals with this and see where we go on from here. So let's start. I did it again. Did not mean to do that. Okay, let me go and reopen this game again. I mean continue. Let's continue, not start. I keep clicking start when I mean to continue the game. But I mean start. I mean start as in start playing. But no, it's continue. Just 1 second, 1 second. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on a moment. Okay, y'all, I do apologize for that. I had to take a phone call, but I'm back now, and the game's loaded up, so we can go ahead and continue, not start, continue the game. And yes, load this save file. Okay, and I think I skipped a line when I was trying to say the game. No, I didn't. Okay.
For new businesses, firing freelancers is like...
Okay. In middle school, we had this girl who... I'm trying to get this microphone. This microphone's right in my face. Okay, I think that's good. In middle school, we had this girl who would always wear pants. She had short hair and refined features. At an age when other girls enjoyed displaying their legs, she wouldn't be caught dead showing hers. This is kind of loud. Let me turn this down a little bit. Then again, she was gorgeous enough for it not to matter. I had the chance to exchange a few words with her when we both joined the same committee. Why do you always wear pants? I don't like skirts. I don't like skirts. Okay, I should have read it differently. Her tone made it clear that she was annoyed by my question. When it was time to buy uniforms, she figured she'd buy pants instead of a skirt. Why? Because they were easier to wear. That was all there was to it, according to her. Her profile as she listened to the briefing looked like it easily belonged to either a boy or a girl. And yet, the rather conspicuous bulges on her chest were unmistakable evidence of her femininity. Thank you. I'm glad that you pointed that out. The boys never had a choice. Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Never had a choice to what? To wear skirts? That's unfortunate. That is indeed unfortunate. I never seen her. I never see her. Well, okay, I'd as in I had. Okay. I never seen her since graduating middle school. With her grades, she ended up advancing to some well-known prestigious school. But from time to time, I couldn't help but think, was she still wearing pants? Even to this day? Okay. I thought that this flashback was gonna go in a different direction. Like related to, you know, some bad experiences that he's had with his sexuality based on the last thing. But no, it's kind of unrelated, I guess. That's an interesting thought to have. My eyes won't open. I need to go back to school. Good morning. Hey, Tojo, good morning. Did you know we were going to have a math test later today? Really? I haven't studied at all. What will it even cover? Well, probably. Upon arriving to school, I exchanged all the usual greetings with my classmates. Their upbeat, idle chatter made the melancholy I had been feeling since last night gradually fade away. Despite how awful I felt when I woke up this morning, in the end, not skipping school proved to be a wise decision. Well, I'm glad that you feel better. Thoughts like that continued passing through my mind as we began testing each other's math knowledge. Hey, Tojo, you got some time after this? Yeah, I've got no plans for today. I've made this like a Valley Girl voice, but I don't know. I might have to change it based on the way. I don't know. I feel like this is implied to be a boy. Could I come over to your place then? Oh, and I'd bring someone along if that's okay. I don't particularly mind, but why? You've got this huge TV back home, right? I want to show you something. Well, okay, I guess. It wasn't like my parents would come back home anytime soon. Oh. So, what did you want to show me? This. Oh my god. There we go. He is a he. So, let me change the voice then. Okay. He put out a DVD with a naked woman on the front cover. I don't know if this is the best thing for him to be watching right after what happened last night. Oh god. This is all they talk about? Like, is this all that they interested in? Like, no sports, no anime, no video games, like just pornography. That's it. That's all they interested in. Nothing else. No movies, like no other type of movies, I mean. Oh. Okay, let me think of his voice. Trying to say, let me give him a Cockney. I got this from one of the older guys at school. I got this from one of the older guys at school. The mosaics are barely even there. Barely even that, even there. Now. So oh, he brought somebody else. You guys wanna take a look? Do I like that? Okay, I'll just give him a Cockney and see how I feel. I got this from the older guys at school. The mosaics are barely even there. The mosaics are barely even there. So, I sometimes mix it up Australian. Not so. So, you guys want to take a look? Oh, classmate B, okay. Oh, hell yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about watching this stuff like this in a group. Yeah. Interesting dynamic too. Oh, Pixel, welcome. I did not look at the chat. Welcome in. Thank you for coming. Just ignore us, dude. It's your house. Pretend like we don't exist. Come on, Tojo. Let's do it. We spent a lot of time picking this out, you know. Fine. Are you watching it, Tojo? Yeah. Come on, be honest. You don't get excited when it comes to this. You don't get excited when it comes to this kind of stuff, do you? That's not true. I'm just embarrassed to watch it in front of others. I don't like the way I read that. That's not true. I'm just embarrassed to watch it in front of others. Look, there's only us in here. You don't have to be so shy. Hey, what? What is going on? What? Hey, stop it. These people are weird. These people are so weird. Oh my god. What? The two seized my arms and forced me to turn towards the TV. The woman on the screen had her mouth wide open while pleasuring herself. This is... Oh god! Why are these people torturing him so? These people are terrible. Oh gosh. I think I just read that. Oh gosh. vulgar, watery noises mixed in with the sound of flesh pounding on. Oh god, against flesh. Again, like he just went through something last night. He just went through something last night. They had to do this again to him. Oh my goodness, these people are terrible. Let me go. Whoa. Are you actually shaking, Tojo? Oh gosh. You're getting turned on, aren't you? Well, I just give an Australian accent. I keep doing Australian, so. You're getting turned on, aren't you? Come on, join us and watch. Ah! I tried looking away, but they grabbed me by the chin and forced me to keep my eyes on. Who does this? I just want to know who does this kind of thing. Like, this is so weird. Who would do that? The mosaics were certainly pretty small. Oh. A hole surrounded by folds of soft flesh. Ugh. Hey! Oh. Hey! Tojo? He's shaking pretty bad, dude. Tojo! Hey! Tojo! Huh? What am I? Tojo, you okay? Sorry, man. Didn't know you would react like this. No, it's not. You keep saying things are okay. It ain't okay. It's not okay for people to do that. It was not okay for that girl to do that to you last night, and it's not okay for these guys to do this to you right now. Like, no, it's not. It's not. Stop saying that, please. It's okay. If anything, oh God, I should be the one apologizing. I didn't want to puke all over the place. Ugh. What is it? Oh, nothing. Anyway, I think we should probably be on our way. Yeah, sorry about this, Minato. We'll see you tomorrow. Right, see you guys later. I can't exactly blame them for getting all weirded out. That said, how come I didn't get any puke on my clothes? Did those two clean it up? Oh my... I'm scared. What happened? What happened? They saw something that they didn't want to mention. Like they were silent. So I'm worried that something happened while he was out of it. Ugh, goodness, this entire situation's terrible. That makes me feel even worse about this. I couldn't help but feel like something was off when I returned to my room. What? Oh God. In the end, I paid it no mind and headed to the bathroom to rinse my mouth. And we just go cut to the next day, okay. Good morning. Oh. Huh? What's wrong, everyone? Oh, nothing. Let's go. Right. I had a guess as to why they were acting like this. It was probably because of what happened in my apartment. I wonder if any rumors have started spreading. They just gonna leave us in the dark like this. I cannot handle the suspense. What happened to that apartment? I need to know. What happened? Instead of following the others, I silently walked over to my seat. Normally, I'd spend the time before homeroom chatting with my friends, but I can't really do that now. It felt kind of lonely. Well, I suppose I only have myself to thank for that. Goodness gracious, it's self-blaming. I hate it. I figured I'd wait until the situation cooled off a little. Soon enough, everything will go back to normal. Even after school, though, people kept giving me a suspicious look. What happened in that apartment? I could have sworn I even heard a few snicker after glancing in my direction. It was a little unsettling, to say the least. Goodness gracious. Goodness Goodness gracious. I better go home. Oh, I better go home. Yeah. I grabbed my backpack and left the classroom. As I stepped out into the corridor, I spotted someone familiar in the distance. Oh, it was the two guys that came over to my place the other day. Sitting closely together, they were seemingly sharing a smartphone to look at. Oh, God. Did they Oh, God. I had a feeling that, I don't know. Let me just read it because I have a thought as to what they did. Let me just read it. They were probably the ones that caused this entire situation. I grew curious as to what they were talking about. Acting like I was simply passing by, I briefly stole a glance at the phone. Huh? I suddenly felt like I'd just been struck by a sledgehammer. Barely able to think straight, I felt myself overcome by dizziness. Huh? Or Toujou. What's that? Oh my God. Look, it wasn't us. Someone else made that. Made it. Is that sound coming from my computer? I guess that's the background noise. Okay, I heard some. Okay, I guess that's the background music. I bit my lip. The picture on their phone showed a gravure idol, except her head had been digitally exchanged with mine. What is this? I don't get it. Okay, that's not exactly what I was expecting, but oh, they did do something like that. Oh, I knew it. Let me just read it. Did they actually like dress you? Do they mean that they edited, or they actually did something to his clothes? You got your clothes dirty. Yeah. You got your clothes dirty, so we figured we'd dress you in something else, and we open your closet and Does he have female clothing in his closet? I was on the verge of fainting. And then you told everyone what you saw? They must have, given this image. The two silently hung their heads in shame. The others in the corridor must have heard the commotion and tried listening in on the conversation while passing by. Calm down. Stop shaking. Look at them in the eye. Okay, so that flashback does have some relevance. So when he said that boys don't have a choice on wearing pants, I was assuming that he was talking about, don't have a choice. I'm assuming he was talking about pants and skirts. So has he experimented in cross-dressing? Is that why he has that in his closet? And they went and did that without his consent? It's not like I wanted everyone to like me, and I'm partially at fault for what happened yesterday. But even still, don't you think this is going a bit too far? If you have something to say it to my face. If not, then at least have the common decency to not be so obvious about it. Those people are terrible. Ugh, disgusting. Go ahead. Say what's on your mind. Oh, is he? He said he liked girls before in his mind, but he might have been lying to himself. I don't know. Is he? But you don't have to be getting a cross-dress. So, are you like gay? What makes you think that? Oh, that's the reason why, not the clothes. So I'm confused. Are those what are clothes in his closet? I don't know. You puke when you saw a vagina. You got women's clothes in your... Okay, so he does have it. And you got women's clothes in your closet. So is he? Is he? I heaved a long, exasperated sigh. Making sure they caught that, I looked at them with a troubled smile. Okay, okay. I see. I think you got something mixed up. Those clothes aren't even mine. Huh? Didn't I tell you? I have a female cousin around my... It's just... I just cannot get over the fact that he puked. They went to change his clothes, and they went and saw women's clothes, and so I'm guessing they didn't. Did they change his? Well, the puke. There was no puke. Okay, I'm trying to understand the situation. It seems like they edited that photo, but I feel like that they took that photo of him wearing those clothes actually. And maybe they made that photo based on the experience that they had, but the puke was gone, so that means they had to change his clothes. I'm guessing they might have just changed it to his regular clothes, and they just saw the woman's clothes in his closet. Okay, because I'm trying to piece together how this thing happened. Okay. She has so many clothes, she eventually ran out of space and started filling up my closet with her stuff. Oh! Why do I feel like he lied a little bit, to be honest? No, he's lying. This is a lie. This is a lie. This is a lie. Oh, he's so embarrassed that he's lied. This does not sound real. This sounds fake. And his expression sounds like, looks so troubled, like he's lying. I mean, come on. Let's be real here. I used to have a girlfriend, remember? That was a cover up. Oh, no. You see, okay, I was right. I was right in the first episode when we did this. The way he talked about that one boy, what's that one boy? Natsume. The way he talked about Natsume, that sounded more than like a good friend. Like that sounded like he kind of had a little crush on him, to be honest. That it did. I was like, oh. But then when he said that he had girlfriends, he liked girls. I was like, oh. He didn't say anything about boys, so thought he might, you know. He might have just been good friends with Natsume. But this is not true. These people, the way they have to out him like this. So that's why he feels so uncomfortable with it. It's not just the fact that he's just had terrible experiences. Is that terrible experiences plus the fact that he's not even really attracted to the opposite sex. I don't know. Is he? I'm just making all these assumptions based on the fact that I think he's lying. Because it just looks like he's lying right now. This doesn't sound real. Or... Sorry, Tojo. I don't know. Maybe he's on the truth. Maybe I'm just making stuff up. But I don't know. That sounded like a lie to me. I know I'm not the only one that thought that was a lie. It's fine. After all the trouble I caused you guys, you even cleaned up my place, so... I guess we're even. I'll just delete your picture and tell everyone it was a huge misunderstanding. Thanks. Yeah, I feel pretty stupid. I mean, there's no way you actually turn out to be a homo. A homo. Oh, God. A homo, you know. Oh, goodness gracious. If he is gay, this is gonna make him really not want to go and come out. This terrible stuff like this. Is that how you describe me to other people? No, it's more like when I told them that you were a cross-dresser, they started saying that it meant you were gay. So, yeah, like that. You don't have to be a gay to cross-dress. We kind of just ended up jumping on the bandwagon. I mean, who would want another guy thinking those kinds of things about them, you know? This is the hypocrisy. It's the hypocrisy for me, to be honest. I know this is a very talked about conversation, and this is an ongoing conversation. Just because someone is attracted to the same sex does not mean that they automatically think you attractive. That don't mean that they automatically are attracted to you. You like girls, don't you? Does that mean that you think that way about every single girl that you see? Now these guys, the way they, they teenage hormones, they might, but in general, no, you're not attracted to every person of the sex that you're attracted to. That don't make no sense. These people, oh goodness. Yes, he does need new friends. These friends are terrible. I see. Anyway, I'll be off now. I hope you treat me to something later. I don't know. I feel like he's still lying. No, I don't know. But it seems like the way this is going, he might be telling the truth about himself. Sure. Man, I'm really sorry about all this. My fingers are still trembling. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was lying. Yeah, they were right. Everyone knows that. Don't start thinking it's actually normal. It's just the kind of world I'm forcing myself to see. I understood all along that it's not like that elsewhere. I let out a deep breath. That fake picture they created, and the massive pair of breasts under my face. The image had burned itself into my memory, wouldn't go away. Ugh, that is so terrible. Ugh, goodness. Why? It was a disgusting picture. Just remembering it just sent a shiver down my spine. And yet, why? I'm back. Well, it's not like there's anyone here to answer. Welcome. Oh, that was his high-pitched voice. Welcome home. Welcome home, Minato. Thanks. I'm home, Mamiya. I prepared the instant meal my parents had left here for dinner. The variety show on TV got more and more heated as I continued unenthusiastically poking at my food. The taste was already bland enough, but I couldn't even focus on that. I was simply unable to shake that picture from my mind. What's wrong, Minato? It's nothing. The screen switched to a trans celebrity. I was thinking that too. I was like, the way this kind of sounds, the way he kept thinking about that picture, because I thought it was just, well, no, they said that they edited his face on a female model. I was like, the way he's thinking about the cross-dressing and the way he highlighted the breasts underneath his face, I'm like, is he feeling some type of dysphoria? And now they mentioned trans celebrity, I was like, oh, so he might be trans instead. He's just not out yet. Or, it will be she if Toujou end up becoming end up actually being trans. But I don't know. Toujou hasn't said yet. They claim to prefer young men and promptly touched the shoulder of an actor whose only response was an awkward grin. What lay behind that smile of his? What did he really feel? I don't know. The fact that they highlighted a trans celebrity makes me think that that Toujou might be trans. Just not transitioned. What do you think, Mamiya? About what? About those kinds of people. Where you can't tell if they're men or women. Do they look disgusting to the average person? I think their outfit stands out. Oh. Right. They stood out because they were different from the rest. And it was only human nature to point out and laugh at things we found weird or different. So you think it's weird? Is it odd for a man to dress like a woman? So maybe he just likes cross-dressing. Or maybe he's just talking in those terms because, you know, he is not transitioned, but he's, you know, people talk about trans women as cross-dressers. So maybe he's just using that terminology because that's just what he's familiar with. I don't know. I'm trying to see what his situation, what Tojo's situation is. That young woman next to them stands out just as much. The man on the left looks bland in oh, that's still him. That man on the left looks bland in comparison. That's about it. You put them on the same level as normal men and women? I don't really understand why they're different. I opened my mouth, but I couldn't find the right words. Instead, I simply hung my head low. I see. I wish everyone thought like you. Thank you, MAMIYA, for giving Tojo some sense of that he's not you know, giving another perspective from the lookout. You know, being supportive. There you go. Thank you for being supportive, MAMIYA. I couldn't sleep. Too many things that happened during the day. Let's just forget all about it. I don't want to think about this right now. I closed my eyes and emptied my mind. Time quietly marched on as I continued to lie still in the dark. And before long, I ended up drifting off to sleep. Oh gosh, back to school. Good morning, Oh gosh. All eyes in the room were instantly glued to me the moment I walked in. Huh? Puzzled, I headed for my desk. Oh goodness gracious. The photos I found glued to it made the very blood freeze in my veins. One picture showed me in a skimpy swimsuit. Another had me pushing up my breasts in a sensual manner. There was even a photo with me spreading my legs. People are so disgusting. I just can't. Wide apart. I have to get rid of them. Quickly. I tried tearing them off, but my hands were shaking too much. Adding insult to injury, when I attempted to peel away the transparent tape, it tore before I could even reach the picture. The class went on uninterrupted, with all the other students remaining thoroughly indifferent to my desperate struggles. These children! And the teacher! Like, the teacher... How's the teacher tolerating this? Then again, even if I did manage to get rid of the photos, there was no way to actually pay attention to the teacher. Not after this. The very thought of having to sit in one place for a whole hour without saying anything felt like borderline torture. Even in this very moment, there were people texting mean things about me. Others no doubt snickered as they watched me panic. Ugh. They had completely rejected everything that made me who I was. I wasn't just imagining things. Even now please stop it already. I'm not like the others. Look, I'm sorry. It's my fault. So please. Oh, please stop. Is this a dream? It was all a dream. Okay. Because at that point, I was like, if a teacher ain't gonna say nothing about that when a student is obviously struggling, that's a terrible teacher. I'm like, this is terrible. Okay, it's a dream. So at least the teacher is not as incompetent as I thought they might be. I could feel my heart jackhammering in my chest. Fat beads of sweat trickled down my forehead. It's still 3 in the morning. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't be awake at a time like this. But if I fell back asleep now, I might end up having that dream again. Even though it was December, I could hear the rain pattering against the windows. It felt almost like someone was telling me I had nowhere to run. Ugh. I checked my phone for the first time since that incident. I had missed a whole bunch of calls from Morichika. My eyes began to tear up. I wanted to see him. But even if I did that now, God, I'm so pathetic. The possibility of getting hurt even more than I already have been terrifies me to my core. While the rest of the world was fast asleep, I sat there in darkness, clutching my phone. Toujou. Oh. Good morning. Come on, what's wrong? You look bummed out. Good morning. Ouch. Damn, your punches hurt like hell. Would it kill you to hold back a bit? He seems to have straightened things out with the others. After exchanging all the usual greetings with my classmates, I managed to continue my school life like nothing happened. Well, that's good at least. I'm glad that they actually took responsibility and went and tried to rectify things. And that dream of his did not come true. That's good at least. Hey, Toujou, take a look at this. What is it? Oh, his. Okay. I need to change all my voices. Okay. I was trying to add him some diversity in the genders, but I guess they're all boys, so. His smartphone was showing that trans celebrity I saw on TV the other day. I don't know, I feel like he's trans. I feel like they keep highlighting this, and the fact that they keep his dream was highlighting a body that had breasts. They keep highlighting that. I don't know, I feel like that the cross-dressing is not, cross-dressing. I feel like it's trying to achieve gender euphoria. The people on screen seem to be in the middle of a heated discussion. My heart skipped a beat. Did my conversation with MAMIYA somehow leak into the public? Why are you showing me this? Okay, this is a boy too. We're seeing more and more of these kinds of people lately. Well, I don't know how to feel about it, honestly. Hey, Toujou? You agree with us, don't you? I don't know, I'm trying to give it like a surfer dude voice, but that was terrible. I don't know how to do that accent at all. That was really bad. In that moment, everyone's eyes were fixed on me. The first thought that came to my mind was that they were testing me. Like how people were forced to step on an image of Christ all those years ago. I like the reference. Okay, so if y'all don't know this reference, in the Middle Ages, like I think it was the 1600s, if I'm remembering correctly. It might be the 1400s, I can't remember, but in that time period, Catholic missionaries had come to Japan, to preach Christianity to the people, and there were a lot of converts to Christianity in Japan, and that threatened. So the leaders in Japan, so some feudal leaders will convert into Catholicism as well, but some leaders who wanted to unify Japan under one empire felt that the new foreign faith was going to hinder the quest for unity of Japan, to unify Japan under one empire. So they started persecuting Christians in Japan, and they would try to find Christians by taking an image of Jesus Christ, like a graven image of Jesus Christ or Mary, the Virgin Mary, and tell people to step on it. If they didn't step on it, desecrate the image, they were seen as Christians, and they would be executed by crucifixion. Sometimes they would have some other type of executions. I remember watching a really interesting movie about that. But yeah, I like that reference. That was a little history reference I was not expecting. But yeah, that's what happened in Japan. Christianity was banned, and that's what caused Japan's isolation period. If you aren't aware, Japan was isolated for like 400 years, I think. And the start of that was because they didn't want what European Christian missionaries to divide the loyalties of the Japanese people. So yeah, they banned foreign influenced Christianity and persecuting Christians, and what only Japanese people couldn't leave. So yeah, it's a very interesting time period in Japanese history. They wanted clear, undeniable proof that I wasn't one of them. Even now, they continue to judge me. No! Oh, poor baby. Yeah, I can't say I'm a huge fan either. They're just oh no! I didn't even read the whole line. I just read the first few words. No, stop lying to yourself. They're just a bunch of weirdos. You think so too, Matt? You think so too? Man, I knew you would. But Ryo hadn't showed up yet. Oh, we haven't seen him in a while. I just wanted to go home. Wow, this is so deep. I did not expect this visual novel to delve into, this sort of topic. This is a newer visual novel. So yeah, I was not expecting them to delve into a topic like this. It was a dark visual novel, so I was expecting, the usual things you see with, these type of things like death. They mentioned sexual assaults, like, that type of stuff. It's supposed to be apocalyptic. I was expecting like moral things, like moral grading. Like, this is considered a moral issue for some people. But, I was expecting some other type of stuff that you usually see in these type of things. I was not expecting this. Wow, this is deep. But I'm glad that they're talking about it, because this is very important. Conversation in our current climate. And I can see in the mind of someone who is dealing with who has to deal with stuff like this, like gender dysphoria and stuff like that. Which I'm assuming, like, they haven't specifically said that, but I'm pretty sure that's what he's thinking. And I'm gonna say he for right now, as long as Tojo Minato is still Tojo Minato. I'm just gonna say he until further notice. So, just to be consistent. But I feel like that Tojo's supposed to be trans woman, pre-transition. And I skipped a line by accident. I left the classroom in a hurry as soon as the class was over and headed for the bathroom. I wanted to be alone. It didn't matter where. I slipped into the toilet stall and waited for my breathing to even out. It wasn't like they said all those things directly to me, but the sheer knowledge that people like that existed and that I was forced to say things I didn't mean tore away my heart like a dagger. I found myself drowning in a whirlpool of pain, sadness, and frustration. It's okay. I'm fine. I've got to keep this up. I can't allow myself to cry. I mean, I'm a man. Oh, God! That line. Oh, my God. That line was deep. That was deep. That was deep. Wow. I opened the stall door once. I finally managed to calm down. Today is, in the. I'm about to go and look on the Steam page of this game because I don't think they mentioned anything like this, but I feel like this will be a trigger warning for some people, to be honest. I'm not triggered by it, besides the fact that as a human being, I'm disgusted by this, the behavior of people like this. But for people who are actually like going through this, I feel like this will be very triggering for some people, and I'm surprised I didn't highlight that, as far as I remember, in the description. So let me see. It says developers describe the content like this: blood, violence, scary imagery, dark and depressive themes including abuse and self-harm, include strong language, use of tobacco and alcohol, and sexual themes. Also contains quickly flashing imagery that may cause discomfort or seizures for those with photosensitive epilepsy. Viewer discretion is advised. They should have mentioned transphobia. They should have mentioned homophobia, gender dysphoria. They should have mentioned this type of stuff, because I feel like this would be very triggering for some people. They should have mentioned that. So I'm mentioning it right now. Oops. Sorry. I started playing something else on the background. Oops. Okay. But yeah, let's continue. Wow, this is a lot. Finding no one in the room, I heaved a sigh of genuine relief. I ran cold water over my hands, which helped further soothe my nerves. I had always believed I was jinxed. Even now, I clung desperately to the idea. That scared me for a moment. I looked into the mirror, meeting the eyes of my own reflection. The ragged, exhausted face that had looked back at me seemed almost like a complete stranger. Turning off the tap, I let out a self-deriding chuckle. But just as I was about to leave, I have no idea who this is supposed to be. I'm gonna assume it's MAMIYA, but I feel like it might be Natsume speaking, like Natsume's spirit speaking to Toujou. I'm just doing MAMIYA. You still haven't given up yet. Oh, no, this might be his friend Dio, the one with tan skin. It might be him. How was the voice again? It's supposed to be California, and I kind of botched that up trying to do that for classmate A. Okay. You still haven't given up yet? Oh, okay, so it wasn't Dio. So it's probably Natsume's spirit or something like that. I don't know. I turned around but saw no one else in the room with me. My forehead moistened with sweat as a familiar laugh rang out all around me. I attempted to flee, but... Ah! Oh. Oh, who is this? Is this MAMIYA? If this is MAMIYA, I was right. If this is MAMIYA, I was right about them. I knew that they would be creepy. I knew they would be creepy. So somewhere down the line. I'm gonna assume it's MAMIYA right now. So let me do the voice I did. Hello there, Minato. Oh, this is his reflection. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, I was wrong all the way. His reflection? That doesn't look like him. All of a sudden, my reflection leaned out of the mirror with a twisted smile. Huh? What? Why am I... You? Well, that's uncalled for. It's the other way around, Minato. You look like me. The strange being addressed me in a tone that sounded both masculine and feminine. Their voice filled my ears. Ah! You're still putting yourself in a half-assed position as usual. Okay, so I'm gonna make his voice sound a little more feminine. Though the reflection's voice a little more feminine. Even after all that's happened. I felt like I was drowning in some strange membrane. I was scared. No matter how much I tried to scream and cry, the waves drowned everything out. I was scared. Terrified beyond words. You're a man! Stop it. Okay, so this is the deal. He's back now. Minato! Ryo? You okay? How did I make his voice? I kind of made it like classmate A a little bit, just not as like strong as that. You okay? You okay? You okay? Yeah. Oh, what do you mean? You were lying on the floor. I'm kind of making the voices sound the same. God, I don't know. I'm just gonna go along and fix it. Oh, I'm fine. Maybe I'm a little anemic, that's all. I've been living on convenience store food these past 2 days, so it's possible I'm just short on nutrients. Minato. How's Midori doing, anyway? Has she grown any? She did. A little bit. She did. A little bit. I don't know. I can't decide how I want his voice to be. That's great. They say girls grow up fast, so don't come crying to me when she suddenly brings home a boyfriend. Come on, don't give me that face. Anyway, I've gotta go now. See you now. I'll see you. Minato, hold on. Oh, God. I'm getting messages on my phone. Sorry. Ryo! The roof had yet to dry up after yesterday's heavy rainfall. I felt my cardigan absorb some moisture as I leaned against the fence. I couldn't reveal it to anyone. I didn't want to reveal any more of myself to other people. I'd only end up getting hurt. I understand, baby, but you have to tell somebody. You can't keep this to yourself because it's obviously eating you up alive. You might have to tell, what's the name? You should tell Ryo, like Ryo is one of your best friends. Like, I'm pretty sure that he won't hurt you. Those guys, because his thing, you might say, well, he might just be like one of those my other friends. But no, those other quote unquote friends that you had, they didn't respect your boundaries. They didn't talk about, they obviously had their own little conversations while you were there. You were just there while they were talking to each other. They weren't really your friends, but Ryo actually cares about you. Y'all been friends since childhood. I think that's what he said. You said. I think you should trust Ryo. You should trust Ryo and tell him. Yeah, tell him. That's it. Just tell him. I'm pretty sure that he will accept you. But you need to tell somebody, at least, and I don't, I know it's hard, but you need to tell somebody. But obviously you should tell when you're ready, on your own time. But it shouldn't be never. You shouldn't keep that forever to yourself. I'm cold. So cold. My lips were trembling and had grown purple from the cold, but that didn't stop me from touching them to the metal railing. That's dirty, sir. You need to not. My brain could no longer process anything in this cold. can't take this anymore. My shoulders felt heavy. That's why you need to tell someone. You need to tell someone you could trust. And I know you could trust the girl. The air was torturously cold. Oh, poor baby. Poor baby. And yet I couldn't muster the strength to move away. I couldn't muster the strength to move away. I ended up coming all the way here without even realizing it. To this place I supposedly abhorred. The sound of the river felt almost deafening to my ears. It was no doubt the result of yesterday's rain. Why does he hate that place? I wonder if he hates that place because it's like a big mirror. Like it's a big, you know, it's water. He could go look in the water and see his face. And see, you know, he's not in the body. He's not in the person that he wanted to be. The sound of the river felt almost deafening to my ears. It was no doubt the result of yesterday's rain. Gosh, I'm reading in my voice. The river had carried all sorts of dirt and mud along with it. Even the water level had risen. I lived in the town where this river flowed. Minato. MAMIYA stood on the top of the bridge waiting for me. All of a sudden, he extended a gloved hand. It was tiny and delicate, even smaller than mine. I gave him a troubled look, but neither of us spoke. As usual, the gas mask prevented me from discerning his expression. I hesitated. The river continued to flow. A humid breeze drifted between us. Nonetheless, I stepped forward and took his hand. Ah! As I did, he pulled me into his embrace, upsetting my balance. MAMIYA? What are you... Oh, he needed that. I told you he needs this. MAMIYA hugged me with his small, delicate arms and began gently stroking my back. The movement of his hand was precise and rhythmic, like that of a metronome. And then it hit me. I had once known this gentle warmth. I want to take this off the screen. How do I take this off the screen? Okay. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. He needed that. What? The river continued to flow, being noisy as ever. I'm here for you. Dark clouds hung heavy in the sky. Okay, maybe MAMIYA is not actually gonna be crazy later on. I don't know. I just feel like MAMIYA is gonna be. I just felt like it's a good, like it's a common thing for like this strange creature to come up. They seem nice and friendly in the beginning, but they turn out to be, a little messed up later on. I don't know, but I feel like MAMIYA is nice and sweet. MAMIYA is gonna stay that way. I'm starting to rethink how I feel that this is gonna turn out. But in the words like this, those would make me think, you can rely on me. Minato. Within that deafening cacophony of sounds, MAMIYA and I felt like the only sane people left in the world. Well, you didn't even let Daryl give him a chance to say anything. I felt choked up. Let's see where we are. About an hour and 7 minutes. I don't know. I was thinking like to do like get to an hour and 30 minutes, but I don't know. I might need to take a break after this. What finally rose from the depths of my throat was a sob. MAMIYA continued rhythmically stroking my back. I love you. Oh, that's so sweet! At long last, relief washed over me like a wave. The heavy weight on my heart seemed to lighten just a little. MAMIYA. Minato. MAMIYA! Standing in the middle of the bridge, we locked ourselves in a tight embrace. Is that Natsume's reincarnation? Okay, it's a little girl, if I remember correctly. Oh, you're going home already? So I'm guessing we have to do what's his name voice. Okay, I was thinking, are we just gonna keep doing the perspective of Toujou? I need a break from Toujou, to be honest. It's just too much. I need a break from his storyline. Okay, so let's do what's his name. Dio. Midori turned away from the 5 o'clock. Let me look up a California accent just a moment, because I just feel like I'm just doing whatever. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Okay, let me see if I can try this. Midori turned away from the 5 o'clock children's program to give me a brief look. On the TV, a group of children cartoon characters were singing a song. The memory of watching something similar during... I don't know, I just feel like I'm so bad at this. The memory of watching something similar during my childhood filled me with an odd sense of relief. Oh, this is what's his name? Okay, I thought this was Dio. I'm sorry, Midori. You should at least stay for dinner. You should at least stay for dinner. You should at least stay for dinner. Oh, gosh, I can't come to one conclusion on this voice. I do appreciate that sentiment, and it's definitely hard to say no to your cooking, but actually something planned, so I see. See you later, Minato. You can come over. You can come over whenever you feel like it. Thanks, Hiro, and Midori too. He looks so happy. Yeah, a smile suits him way better anyway. It makes me happy when he's happy. Oh, that's so nice. I love that. And also, I'm so sorry, y'all, if my voice keeps getting high pitched, but my voice jumps so high when I get excited. I'm so sorry about that. Me too, Midori. I'm back, Mamiya. I don't know. I'm still a little skeptical, Mamiya. To be honest, I'm so skeptical. I love it. I love the fact that Toujou has somebody to trust now. Someone that listens to him and says that they care for him and don't judge him for who he is. But I don't know, the monotone voice, the strange appearance, the mysterious mysterious origins, and the fact that I don't know, some words that kind of rub me the wrong way. Like, there's nothing wrong with the words. Like, you can rely on me is a nice phrase. But when I see stuff like this in this type of media, this gives it heebie-jeebies, to be honest. So I don't know, I'm skeptical. And the fact that he already has Duo and he's not relying on Duo, but he's relying on this strange boy that he had never seen before. Oh, well, I think he did say that he feels this familiar embrace. But just because this embrace is familiar does not mean that he's actually trustworthy. I don't know, because I've also seen situations where there's this person that died that was so nice, so influential in this person's life. But when they meet that person again, the one that died, they turn out to be kind kind of they turn out to be kind of clingy. Kind of clingy, kind of, just different, just not how they were in life. So I kind of feel like maybe it's Natsume, maybe it's a corrupted Natsume. I don't know. I just don't trust Mamiya. I don't trust Mamiya at this moment. I keep flip flopping back and forth, but I don't trust him at this moment. Give me just a moment. I'll fix something up for dinner right away. You literally just stepped through the door. At least take time to catch your breath. No way. I want you to try my cooking as soon as possible. So, how is it, Mamiya? Your jiaozi's still the best. Your jiaozi's still the best. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. Once we had dinner, I went to wash the dishes. Do you need any help, Minato? No thanks. Just feel free to relax on the couch, Mamiya. There's no point. There's no point. Yeah. There's no point in doing that without you. You really are something else, you know that. Minato? Deep down, I think I've always known that no matter how hard I try, I'll never be like the others. And I thought I was handling it pretty well, but things went wrong soon enough. We got along so well. On some level, I thought they might have accepted me if I just confessed everything. I really did. This is obviously is not the case for everybody, but I have heard some situations where people who are in the closet have friends or family who are outwardly, homophobic or transphobic, or whether they are active, like outwardly actively that, or they just indicate that they, they accept the cultural norms in society that said that doesn't exist. That's no place in society. Once that person that's in the closet comes out, I've seen some situations where those type of people change their minds, because like once they see they have someone that they love is like that, they start to come around. Obviously, this is not the case in every situation, and it might be the exception. But I've seen it. I've seen it happen. So maybe if you confess. Well, no, actually, no. Because how did I completely forget the situation that just happened when they saw that in his closet, and they leaked it throughout the school? How did I forget about that? Okay, scratch what I just said, because they probably won't accept it. Well, then again, they might have just been children, terrible children, by the way, exposing him like that. But if they were actually genuine friends, I feel like, there's a possibility, because I've seen something like that happen before, where they've accepted the person despite, before they came out, they were just being, living their place in a heteronormative society as they should, where there's no place for, non-heterosexual, non-cisgender people. But yeah, the situation that happened, that's probably not the case in this situation, unfortunately. But I suppose it was naive of me to think that. In their minds, I was now someone they rather try not to understand. They rather not even try. God, even try to understand. I think that's what it said. Minato. You see, I just like pretty things. Okay, so maybe Tojo's not trans. So maybe they're just a cross dresser. That's still, a deep thing to go through. But I don't know, the way they kept like highlighting the the female sex characteristics on Tojo's body and the trans celebrity multiple times. I feel like that was kind of like, I don't know, kind of alluding to trans to gender dysphoria. In the mirror, you could still say that stuff to just a cisgender gay man, because you know the homosexuality is anathema to it's supposed to be anathema to masculinity. So that still, it could still work, saying you are a man, like, you know, obviously that would also be a punch in the face for someone experiencing transgender dysphoria, as someone assigned male at birth. But yeah, that could also equally apply to cisgender homosexual men. Okay, maybe he's gay though. Maybe he's gay. Whenever I want to know the answer. Like, I'm trying to know. I keep going back and forth between. I'm trying to figure things out. Whenever my mother left the house, I put on her lipstick and pearl earrings. Just love how pretty they looked, even when I was little. Oh my god. And you know, here's another thing. I've already said in some other, like 2 other streams ago, that I relate to him about being uncomfortable when people mention, uncomfortable when my peers mention, you know, sexuality and things like that, especially in that time period when I was in high school. I haven't been out of high school for that long, so it's still recent, but you know, I'm not as uncomfortable, as awkward as I am now, especially I'm not surrounded by a bunch of, you know, hormonal teenagers. But I related to him about that. I also relate to him on this as well. Like, I also experienced childhood gender nonconformity when I was younger. So if this is just like gender nonconformity and not not gender dysphoria, you know, it could be that too, because I experienced that. I say experienced as past tense, as if it's past and it's not completely past, but I'm not so, you know, it's not as strong as it was when I was younger. At first I was just satisfied to look at them, but like, I'm not going out of my way to go out and wear, you know, stereotypically feminine clothing, but I still like I still like to associate. Ooh, got another message. Ooh. Okay, I just looked at my messages. I'm so excited to tell y'all something. Okay, so after this scene, I think I'm going to stop the stream after this. But yeah, I still like to dabble in non-traditionally masculine forms of expression, of self-expression, of gender expression. But yeah, I relate to this as a child. At first I just read that. One day my curiosity got the better of me. I began to wonder if I could also become beautiful like that. And that's the thing too, like the way he said it. The way he said, I just love pretty things. That is exactly the reason why. That's exactly the reason what I said when I was younger. I love princesses. I love dresses. I loved, you know, I loved all things stereotypically girly and things like that. And my main reason for saying that, when my parents asked me, because I even said I wanted to be a do and I said, like, why do you want to be a girl? I said, because they have more options. You know, boys can't, like the way he said, boys don't have a choice. You know, he said, so when the girl says she wore pants, he responded by saying, boys don't have a choice. And I'm assuming he's talking about pants. Like, boys don't have a choice of between pants and skirts, while girls do now anyway. I I just realized that's what I said when I was younger. I said that girls have more choices. They have more options. And they get to experience and experiment with all sorts of pretty and beautiful things. Like, how come I can't be pretty and beautiful like that? That's how I felt. You know. Wow, I did not expect to get this novel and relate so much to the main character. This is probably one of the only times, because I've heard people talk about, I'm going on a rant right now, but I've heard so many times of people saying I relate so much to this character and things like that in like different forms of media, and I'm like, I don't know if I've ever really experienced. I don't know if I've ever really experienced that. Like, I've related to some things that they've done that characters have done before, but I don't know if I've related to a character before. But I feel like I relate to him. This is probably a new thing. This is probably a first time for me. I was not expecting this when I bought this game. Anyway, the children's song from the cartoon Midori had been watching pierce into my heart. Its hoarse voices rummaged through my memories, spreading pain with every new word. I began loudly singing while washing the dishes. Although I did it out of desperation, I still continued on with a smile. My hands started moving more vigorously, splashing foam on my clothes and face, but I didn't care one bit. You're messing it up, Minato. It's more fun this way. Though fun, all this little game did was leave me with a messy kitchen and some dirty clothes. I don't know if I should stop here, or if this is gonna continue the same scene of events. Okay, so I like still in the same scene. Okay, so I'm gonna read this. Minato. Oh gosh, I love all these CGs, by the way. I'm glad that they have all this. What is it, Mamiya? The two of us stood there alone in the kitchen with only a few floating soap bubbles disturbing the stillness. Oh, so sweet. I don't know, I'm still sus of you though. I'm still sus of you. I still don't trust you, but you sweet. I think you're plenty beautiful the way you are. So, just be yourself. I love you the way you are. You're lying. I love you. Look, oh, is he? Did I just see tears sprang up in his eyes underneath, right here? I know you're just a figment of my imagination. I must have created you when I finally went off the deep end. Look at me, Minato. Even if you say you love me, your confession feels hollow. You're just a hallucination. I'm not, though. You're lying. I'm not. I can do anything for you. I feel like I'm not making his voice high enough. It's supposed to be like a little small child, but his words brought my blood to a boil. You claim to love me? You're saying you do anything for me? Don't make me laugh. You didn't do anything. You didn't. Save me. Minato. Go on then. Fix this if you can. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, like, your magic ain't work. So I don't know if you're really the most trustworthy person, because your magic has not fixed anything that you say you can fix. I took out the cassette tape from my bag. Let me just listen to that song again. See? You can't do it. You're just a convenient delusion, nothing more. Okay, I'll do it. Mamiya responded to my demand just like I'd asked for the simplest, most reasonable thing in the world. Oh, Mamiya responded to my demand like I had just asked for the simplest, most reasonable thing in the world. He pulled out a conductor's baton and lightly tapped the tape with it. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. It should work now. No way. It can't have been that easy. I did tell you it was a special magic spell. I can do anything for those you love. Yeah, that sounds right. That can't be true. Test it then. See if I'm right or not. I held a deep breath and set the cassette tape into my player, resting on the floor. Still somewhat hesitant, I slid a pair of headphones into my ears and pushed the play button. Huh? Oh, it worked. How did you? It works. Mamiya, it works! The gentle hum of a song poured forth from the cassette. Okay, let me wait for a moment while this song plays, so we can just hear it. Okay, so I don't know if it's gonna loop or not, but that's nice. If I remember correctly, Toujou said that he made the song with his friend when they were younger. So I'm assuming that this is a duet between him and somebody else, maybe a girl. Because I'm assuming that the masculine voice is his voice. That's nice. That's a nice song. The gentle hum of a song poured forth in the cassette player. A song I recorded with a person I used to love. Being musically talented, he made it just up on the spot. Okay, so he was a small boy. That's why his voice is so high. So an older man and a young boy. Okay. Okay, he sounded really good. He sounded real good when he was younger. That was nice. Okay, so that's the loop. I could have just let it play a little more. The slow voice of a young man intermingled with a boy's high soprano. Tears began rolling down my cheeks. I've wanted to listen to this for so long. As the harsh winter sky hung above and the dried leaves danced in the wind, I stood on the couch and sang along with the familiar cassette player. It was certainly a little embarrassing, even more so because I wasn't exactly the best singer around. You sounded just fine. It was one of the fondest memories of my life. I was happy. The boy's voice coming from the earphones. actually sounded a lot better than I had remembered. I too joined the song. I sang the whole thing through. Even after all these years, the lyrics had remained fresh in my mind. He was responsible for the chorus in the middle. That gentle, low voice I'd imagined time and time again in my mind. I loved how it turned slightly higher pitch whenever he sang. Just from the music alone, I could tell our eyes had met. This is the single most important thing in my life. Something I would treasure till the day I died. Thank you, MAMIYA. Thank you so much. I told you I'd have your back. That I'd always be on your side. I'm trying to think of when to stop. After that, I end up replaying the song more times than I can count. Calm down. Calm down. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. As soon as it ended, I rewound the tape and played it again from the beginning. The magical cassette tape had my undivided attention. I was completely enraptured. I knew that if I stopped paying attention to it, I wouldn't be able to hold it together. Okay, so I'm gonna stop. Okay, because I feel like we're about to go into a whole nother situation. So I'm gonna stop here. This was a. I thought that the last episode was a lot. This was a lot. This was a lot too. I'm assuming that we're gonna be in for a lot this entire playthrough. Wow. That was good though. This was very good though. This was a good episode. That was a lot, but I felt I could empathize with the player. Now, no one's ever done anything like that to me. Because one, I don't have clothes to experiment with. And even if I did, I didn't have any friends to invite them over to my house. So I wouldn't even have been able to access my room anyway, if that was even the case. But in general, no one's ever like bullied me like that before, because I've never even indicated anything like that. That I was not the stereotypical masculine man that everybody, would assume me to be. Obviously some people kind of have their own imaginations, but I never heard anything about it, so I never had anything like that terrible like that happen to me. But the other, like the internal feelings that he's having, like I can empathize with that. But yeah, so I'm gonna let the music play in the background while I talk about some other stuff. So I finally have my computer, so so I can finally play some games that require more RAM. So tomorrow is gonna be the last day this week. We're gonna be playing a visual novel this week. We're gonna continue MAMIYA and My Vow to My Liege after tomorrow, next week. But for the 2 other days that I'm streaming this week, I'm gonna be playing some other games. I'm gonna be playing Crusader Kings 3. Crusader Kings 3 is a grand strategy game. It's not really about war, but it has the element, but it's more like a role-playing game in like the medieval period. You have to grow your dynasty and try to create a big, illustrious, renowned dynasty that, that's influential. It's real fun. It's a Paradox Interactive game. And then My Sims PC. I've been excited. I've been dying to play My Sims PC. My Sims games in general. And on my new computer, I got an emulator, so I can play the My Sims Agents and My Sims Kingdom games on there as well. So after I do some visual novels, I'm gonna throw those into the mix. Maybe I might turn one of the like free days into like a My Sims series playthrough. And maybe I might replace it with one of the non-romantic visual novels. I don't know. But I can't wait to play My Sims with y'all. My Sims Agents and My Sims Kingdom. I love those games in my childhood, so I can't wait to share those childhood memories with y'all. And also, I am working on a cover. And yeah, so y'all be on the lookout for that. I've decided to make it a duet. So I've gone on Twitter and asked for someone to do the cover with me. And she said yes. So y'all can be expecting a cover in about, a month or so. I don't know how long it will actually take. I've already made the arrangement. I just have to, record my lines, have her record her lines, commission the art and assets, have the instrumentals mixed and stuff like that. So I haven't started in any of that. Well, I've started having the instrumental created so we could sing to it. But yeah, so I'm really excited to be doing my first cover. So I'll give more information about that when stuff starts going along in that. But yeah, this was nice. This is what we'll be doing for the next week. So tomorrow I'm doing My Vow to My Liege. Thursday I am doing Crusader Kings 3. And then Friday is a rest day for me. And then Saturday I'm doing My Sims PC. So I want to thank y'all again for coming to my stream. I really appreciate you being with me. I hope y'all are enjoying the story. Like, it's so weird for me to say enjoying the story, but yeah, enjoying the story. I hope that you are enjoying it, because this story is very deep, very interesting. It's very, it has a lot of feelings attached to it. I hope you all are enjoying it. So anyway, yeah, so I'll see y'all tomorrow, and yeah, y'all come back now, you hear?